smelling so good. I'm going to be listing this jewelry August 25th at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. for patrons and YouTube members. I am in the office today working on one of my favorite pieces that I sell. I've stamped this many and I have this many to go. What I'm working on are my cuff bracelets. Sterling silver stamped cuff bracelets. They're one of my favorite things to make because it's my favorite thing to wear. I never take these off. I think that they go with everything and I just thought that I'd show you how I make them. I've already done one half and I'm just using 2 different stamps as well as my 3-pound hammer, which is way too heavy for this, but it works. I've taped a little ruler here so I can see how far apart to space my stamps. So there is the stamping done. A million more to go. It is mid-August right now, and I don't know if it's the angle of the light or it smells like metal, so it's not the smell of the air. I keep having flashbacks to diving. I was a springboard diver every summer. We'd walk to the pool, my brother and I, and we would go and dive with the dive team while swim team was going. So typically I get like nostalgic flashbacks of that time in my life in the morning when I smell morning air. That was the best time of my life, of my whole life. It was a dive team when I was a little kid. For some reason right now though, I am picturing the end of the season award ceremony for a dive team. My coaches liked me a lot, so I got some awards here and there. Like best attitude, best attendance, like stupid awards. How nice though. Whenever those memories pop into my head of dive team, it's just a happy day.
Oh.
That was neat. Oh no.
Oh look, a strawberry.
It's not totally ready, right?
I don't know.
I kind of want to just eat it anyway. Do you want to buy it or no?
Sure.
Oh man, it's delicious. We did it.
Wow.
Now we're ready for anything because we have a garden. That strawberry will sustain us for the rest of time.
Yep. One of Camp's favorite things to do when we're on our walks is run off into the field of grass and roll in whatever poop he can find. Outside of that, he's so civilized. But when he gets outside into the wilderness, he is a wild boy. We were on our walk today and he did it so bad that there's visible poop on him.
Gross. I can see it.
I know.
Camp, why do you stink? Did you roll in something stinky? I think it's time for a bath. Sorry about it, but it's bath time. The chamber. He said, uh-oh. I don't think I like this. It's okay.
I've had a bath in a long time.
Oh, you know what? That's good stuff. It's okay. He's got so much sap in his fur. It's like crunchy. Should we rinse? Good boy, almost done. It's okay. Okay. Now this is the most dangerous part of the bath because if we let him choose where he goes, he will find the stinkiest thing around and go roll in it to get back to his wild self.
Such a good boy, Cam.
Come here, wait. Okay. Good boy.
Nice and clean rug.
Okay, let's not get too fired up and get all asthmatic. The flu. Okay. Are we done? Camp is almost 10 and a half.
August, almost, yeah, in a few days.
You're doing pretty good.
18th? Oh, tomorrow, or Sunday. 2 days from now, it's his half birthday.
I don't even know how you figure that.
6 months from his birthday.
Hopefully this will help them stop shedding so much because it has been
Relentless.
unruly. Yeah. And again, if you're wondering why we're brushing him inside, if we were to let him outside, he will go like a homing beacon to whichever turd is nearest and roll in it because he doesn't like smelling fresh. Like a wild animal.
He's not choosy with poop. Except his own poop. He doesn't roll in his own poop, thankfully. Deer and coyotes. That's his favorite poop to roll in.
He only does it every once in a while.
Yeah, it's not always. Also, any kind of piss, rabbit piss, deer piss, just so you know.
I think it's an ancestral thing.
It must be primal.
Okay, sister's turn.
I guess so.
Here, fight it. It's your turn. Okay. Chill. Good girl. Oh wow, this is so nice.
Good girl.
Good girl, Pilot. Good girl. She might like it a little cooler even.
Is that better?
I think it will, yeah. Hey, chill. We're okay.
Hi, Cam. What a good boy. What do you do now? You wanna hop up in a chair? Come here, Cam.
Oh, she's hearing the metal pop when she moves around.
Oh.
What do you think? So I could go for round 2. That wasn't so bad.
Oh. Come on. Hop up in your chair. Oh, that's a good boy. There you go. Good girl. Good girl, Finalizing. Nice.
Good girl, Pilot.
Good girl. Yeah, you don't roll in poop, do you?
Come here. Good girl. Good girl, Pilot.
Good girl. They're so different in so many ways. They really balance each other out.
Pilot's kind of a conundrum though, because we want her to be kind of guard doggy, tell us when people are coming and spook people a little bit if they're uninvited. So it's like hard to keep a balance between her barking incessantly and barking usefully. And
Yeah. That's very much a breed issue.
yeah. Because her nervousness kind of makes her a good
It's a good girl.
lookout.
Camp won't alert us to even a mouse.
I don't know, here and there. Like if something's really strange, he'll bark at it.
Like if there's a new sign in the road.
Well, when there
He'll
was a
bark at
bear,
it.
he
Yeah.
was grumbling a bunch. But Pilot will bark at anything. She's learning though. It's
She
just
is.
better.
Pilot will turn 2 in just a month. We're back, it's the next day, and I have all of these bracelets finished being stamped. There's the detail. They're all just a little bit different. But what happens to the back, and it could be because I don't have the most high-grade professional equipment, is it gets this kind of pattern from my block, my steel block, on the back. So what I do now is I round these sharp corners of every bracelet, and then I'll go back in and file down all of this kind of uneven stuff on the back. I don't make the inside a high fancy polish or anything. I kind of leave it pretty matte. But when it's uneven like this, it just doesn't look very nice. And this is kind of what I mean by I don't have the most expensive fancy equipment to make jewelry. I just make it work. This is my flex shaft. That's a handheld device, but I have it fashioned so that it's attached to my table with a, is this a vice grip over here? I don't know what this is. And I go in and file down the edges just like this. It's just easier than working it like a pen and kind of move my wrist a whole bunch. And at this step, I put on my mask so I'm not breathing in little silver particles. Powered under here by my foot. It's just a foot pump that powers it. Okay. So this is gonna take a long time, so I'll come back when I'm done. Now I've freed my little flex shaft, and I'm gonna go back and take off all of these little marks on the back of every piece. My little sandpaper disc is getting kind of low, so I'm grabbing a new one. I have a box of a shit ton of them. And I label it with the number 150. So this is what they look like now with 150 grit sandpaper. I'm going to use 220 and then 320 and call it good there. For the front, I'll do something different. It is so hot in here. I finished all 3 grits on these bracelets. If I wasn't totally sweating, and if it was not so hot, I would continue working on the covers, but I need to wait till it cools down a bit or wait till tomorrow. So we'll be back. We are going to James and Doreen's here in a little bit for a pizza party. They've got a couple of their daughters and families in town. So let's go see what Barron is doing. What are you working on?
Replacing brake pads.
You're doing it yourself?
Yes. I'm a little bothered by the idea. When we get a garage, I'm gonna build a lift. We have locking hubs, so I have to use a weird socket. Or they're not locking, but they're like, so that it's harder to steal them. Show you why it often feels like the Subaru is out of balance when it's not. See this? They put these on there to like counteract or to balance the weight of the tire. So this side must be slightly heavier, so they put the weight there, or on the wheel, whatever.
Like this is a weight?
Yeah, yeah. And like all of that.
Oh, that impacts a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of weight. Just in case.
What do you want? Here, do this one right here.
The actor one's done.
There's 2.
That's okay.
That's incredible.
I taste it.
It's an experience. Okay, Elsa here.
So this is daughter number 3.
Daughter number 3.
3.
And that one is number 4.
Daughter number 4.
All these hungry little fingers keep.
I know, dashing in.
Whose is this?
This was George's.
Hey, where's yours?
What'd you put on yours,
Gramps.
George?
Ooh, you lost your toppings.
Where's yours?
Just cheese, pepperoni.
We need to be beyond you. Oh, then the lightning. Oh, shoot, catch the lightning.
I'm not even gonna take a picture.
I know it's hard to capture.
For a what?
Elk hunt.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he said he's been watching our YouTube for a number of years.
So he'll kind of guide you then?
Yeah, he said he would take us for a week and guide us.
Bow hunt or?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's in New Mexico?
Yeah.
Really?
Shout if you need somebody to pack meat out.
Seriously.
I'm not kidding.
Birthday, dear Shane. Happy birthday to you.
Speech. Well, I'm 204 pounds. Hey guys, so I'm Shane Unruh, and I'm the bowyer for Great Plains Traditional Bow Company. I also own the company, and we make and sell traditional bows, long bows, recurves. We have 14 different styles of different types of long bows and recurves. The limbs on this bow are Eastern red cedar. The tips on this bow are Swedish ram's horn. And I love this stuff because it looks like it just grows out of the limb, because when it gets real thin, it becomes opaque and almost see-through. And we build loads and loads, different kinds, colors, combinations, and different wood species in our bows. And we're located in Southwest Kansas, so you can check out our website, www.greatplainsbow.com. See us on YouTube, and we're always love to answer any questions on the phone or text or anything. Elsa, do you know the story behind that recurve the bow we just discussed? I was showing you the B model with the Cocobolo riser. We kind of ran into some tough times at Great Plains, and sometimes it's like that, but it really had a lot to do with the economy this year, and we just we're struggling pretty bad financially. And so Matt and Natalie were getting married, our good friends here, that we were all attended their wedding here, and we were not going to be able to come. And my dad-in-law, James, found out we weren't going to be able to come because we didn't have the finances at the time to come. And so he jumped on my website and bought that bow. And immediately when he heard we didn't have the money to come, not only that, Justin Hunt, our good friend also, he bought 2 of them. And that gave us the funds to come to Matt and Natalie's wedding. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to come.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we're in a lot better place now. But we're in a niche market. We're in a niche business. Sometimes times are tough, and it's not always roses. But
You took over a very well-established company.
yeah, the name was huge. The name was very well established. But there were some other parts, which is a whole other story, that not so well established. That's a whole nother, that could be a 3-hour YouTube video.
Make it. We'll tag it.
Yeah.
From the time that we met James, he's been telling us about Shane and his bows, and we only just got to meet him at this recent wedding that we were all at.
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool.
it is.
It's the real deal.
Real deal. Real
Nice to
deal.
know you,
And
sir.
we love Barron and Elsa. Just salt of the earth people.
Hey, we've got a lot on our to-do list today. I know I've shown you my outdoor garden a few times now. Our indoor garden has been looking just fabulous, but it needs a little improvement. All these pothos plants are amazing. Ooh, spider mites. First thing on the agenda. Having lived in a trailer for so many years, we did not have any houseplants, obviously. No space, and now we do. And these little fuckers are ruining everything. Spider mites are awful. So what we have for the spider mites is some organic neem spray. Typically I spray this once a week, but it's been a couple weeks, so we're gonna do it today. This guy is so happy he's flowering. Look at all these spider mites.
Where?
See that?
Oh shoot. I feel like the spots on this guy are probably spider mites.
Yeah. Like, is this spider mites up here? Or is this spiders?
Or is it just cobwebs?
But isn't that from a spider?
Okay, what should I do? I go get the pots. I feel like we got about the right number of these.
Something we learned a little late with these ceramic pots is that we can't leave them with wet soil in them over the winter or they will crack. Or they might crack, anyway. Today we're gonna repot this pot of succulents that has gone crazy. He was a great deal at Home Depot and has grown like crazy.
Because to get any one of these plants was like $6 and this was like 25.
Yeah, to get just a little guy a piece was $6 or $7. So we got this whole
We figured
big thing.
we'd grow it out until we needed to repot it, which is right now.
So do we need to fill the bottom with rocks or soil or something? There's not a ton of potting soil.
So it can drain.
That fresh gravel we got. Our Norfolk pine is just not that happy. He's shedding his needles and has just lost a lot of volume since we brought him in here this winter. The internet says he could be too wet, he could be too dry. See how easy his leaves just come off? Doreen has a really big one of these and she said maybe try some acidic fertilizer. So we'll see. The bark looks good. I think there's even some new growth at the tips, so he's not dead. We just don't want him to die.
Just so that the roots have something to grab into if they want.
The Venus flytrap didn't want nutrient-dense soil, so maybe that's how succulents are too.
I don't know.
Dry, dirty soil. What you think, Hank? I think you can propagate this part, right? You can.
There goes his friend too.
It looks like the flower's dead.
And yeah, like into the soil. There you go.
Cool, they're doing great.
Now we get to be artistic.
Yeah. This seems like it's a family. We're here. Little guy over here. Big guy here.
So should I break this right here?
Sure. It's quite the forest.
Repotting succulent arrangements is more difficult than repotting a single succulent as the roots of different plants are entangled. So we're already expert now.
Yeah.
Wait a few days before watering your newly planted succulents. So...
We're done. What, buddy? You don't like gardening.
Yeah, again it says don't water them.
Okay. I guess for deep root feeding, which this guy seems to need, I gotta mix this in water and let it stand for 24 hours. It's not stinky like the rest of our fertilizer, at least. Even the veggie tone is horrible. Okay, we'll just feed this slop to him tomorrow.
Pothos looks really nice up there.
Whew, strong shelf.
I want to get this off so that we can clean underneath it.
Yeah,
Should we do that now?
I guess we might as well. That'll be so much nicer now to be able to vacuum under there. Now maybe we put big guy on top and then little guy next to him.
Like there?
Yeah. And then little pot.
I wonder if this guy would grow taller if he were down low.
We could move this up.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's wild. This is kind of exactly what we had envisioned before we even lived in this house. Is having like all of our house plants set up like our buddies used to do.
In front of the
Kansas
window on a
City.
big shelf.
Ta-da! This can be a good spot for all your trinkets and stuff.
I wish you liked my crystals as much as I like them.
The crystals are cool. I like this kind of stuff more than... I think I would like crystals more if we found them.
Hey, I don't think we even filmed at the... We went to another gem and mineral show, and there was a guy with a bunch of slabs there, and I walked up and I said, hi, we're just starting.
And I'm cute, and I'm a golf.
Getting into cutting cabochons. Is there anything you would recommend? And for 20 bucks, he gave us all these really cool slabs. This is a red moss agate. This is some sort of porcelain jasper. He said this would be a great one to play with because it's really hard. Forget what it's called. It starts with an R. This is another red moss. Like on the back, this is listed as $8. And then probably another jasper.
But the slabs are fairly cheap because all the money in cabochons comes from turning the slabs into it. So like the raw material cost is fairly low. Like if you were to buy a nice, pretty rock. Right. But then to make that into 1,000 cabochons would take...
Right. Skill and time.
And tools.
Mm-hmm. This year I signed up for a local CSA farm box program. We used to work for a farm and we would fill these boxes and then get a free one for the volunteering that we were doing. It was so amazing. This one is a bunch of produce that comes from all over our area and the surrounding areas. Colorado, sometimes New Mexico. And this week we got a ton of green chilies. I had never had green chili, at least good green chili, until we got to this area that we're in Colorado. We're really close to New Mexico. So for the first time ever, I'm gonna try to cook up just one of them. I called Doreen, who has some experience with green chili cooking. You gotta flame roast them so that you can get the tough skin off. So instead of build a fire right now in the middle of the day, Doreen suggested to fire roast this on the stove. And with this, my plan is to make some green chili and bacon grilled cheese on some sourdough that one of our neighbors made. I have to say, this is an experiment, okay? If this doesn't turn out, it's not my fault. Actually, while I'm doing this, just so I don't waste propane, I'm gonna grab another chili. Yeah, it's working. It is smelling so good. Oh my God, okay. I think this is good. Now they're supposed to sweat, which will help peel the skins off. So I'm just gonna keep this covered for 5 or 10 minutes. Now we will cook the bacon. Wow, this is that skin that I guess is pretty tough. Skinned and seeded. And I just want to char this a little bit. Garlic powder, a little salt, raw cheddar cheese, bacon. Disregard. Wow.
This chili's made toasty feeling in here.
No, it's a little smoky. This might be the best thing I've ever made in my life.
Very good.
That crunch.
Good idea. To use those green chilies.
I think if I had some sauteed garlic and onions on here, it would be even better. I used almost a whole block of that raw cheese though on these. Very juicy.
Some barbecue sauce wouldn't be bad on here. You think? You don't like barbecue sauce.
We got another incredible package from one of our subscribers, Gabby. And by the way, whenever I talk about what subscribers sent us, we don't have our PO box or address listed anywhere publicly. If there is something that you feel like you want to send us an email and we'll go from there. We don't share it publicly just because we don't have the space to receive a whole lot of gifts.
Look what I found.
A stick bug.
Yeah. I've never seen one out here. Okay.
How'd you even spot it?
I was peeing. And I peed on a plant and it ran up it.
Oh, wow. This package from Gabby is so cool. Gabby, thank you so much. This is a bokashi composting kit. From what I understand, this is like a fermented form of composting. So your compost material breaks down really, really fast. And along the way, it gives you this compost tea that you can feed to your garden. She sent me 2 of everything so that I can have 2 buckets going at once, but I only currently have 1 bucket, so we're just gonna set up the 1 bucket for now. And I wanna show you on camera because I think that a lot of people could really utilize a system like this. So this bucket has a spigot at the bottom that Gabby sent. She said to start by putting eggshells in the bottom. I had a bunch of eggshells, but Barron burned them in the fire this morning just to clear out some space, so that's great. So next, we put in this separator. On top of this, what I would put is some food scraps. Barron also put our bag of food scraps into our regular compost, not knowing I was going to do this today, so we'll just have to come back and do this some other time. You put your food scraps on top of here. Smash it down flat. You're trying to get out as much oxygen as you can. Sprinkle some of this bokashi grain. This is apparently homemade by Gabby. I don't know how that process works, but I will figure it out and let you know. And then that begins to ferment. As it ferments, liquids start to form in the bottom. You pour the little bit of liquid into your watering can. Apparently you want to dilute it 100 to 1. It's very strong stuff. And you can water your garden with it. Once this is completely full with your layers of food and bokashi grain, you close it up, let it sit for 2 weeks, and that's the first stage of fermentation. Then after 2 weeks, it doesn't look very broken down, but it is in the process of doing so. You then find a spot in your garden where you can bury this. Let it sit for another 2 weeks or so, and it is almost entirely broken down by the time you go back in and investigate your soil. It is so crazy. So you remember all of that spent soil that we got from a friend recently that we made our garden with? Gabby said that all of that spent soil would be perfect to bury our bokashi grains in, because then we're rebuilding all of that soil and can just continue using that over time. Gabby, you're so amazing. This is so cool. I obviously am gonna have to keep you posted on how things go. We've got a lot of space to fill, and I don't know how long it'll take us to fill this up, but I am so excited. Oh my God, it just got so windy, but I wanted to show you my chamomile plant. I harvest it every few days or so. Oh my God, it smells so good. Barron is doing a lot. We'll show you in just a sec what he's up to. Hey, crazy. And then I have been leaving my chamomile on this tray with parchment paper to dry out. And it has become dried chamomile tea. I have loved chamomile for so long, but have only ever bought it in tea bags. And let me tell you, this smells so much better, so much stronger, floral, sweeter than any tea bag chamomile I've ever had. I have not yet tasted it. I'm trying to build up a stash for winter. Back to what Barron's up to. He has been clearing out a bunch of space to bring the scamp up to the house. And it's looking like we're probably about to get a huge thunderstorm. So this is pretty good timing. We've had the scamp down by the A-frame for a long time because that's where we were living, and just haven't brought it up here. I love the scamp. Do I miss living in it? No. He's trying to tuck it into this spot right back here. When he puts too much power into the Subi in reverse, it dies for some reason. That's happened for a long time.
Yeah, because then if I spin it, the tongue will be like here.
Yeah.
And then when we pull it out, I can just pivot it a little bit and go.
Cool.
thicker than normal. Cool, that's good, right?
Yeah. It is 9 a.m. I really want to get these cuffs done because they just take so long. We've got them all bent and shaped, and now I'm just gonna spend hours polishing. Literal hours going through grit by grit, front to back. Then we will turn them black and give them one final shiny polish, and then we're done. After all these days of work, then we're done. Whew. Polishing is done, so now I have my Black Max blackener. It's very toxic, very demure, very cutesy. And then here I have a cup of water with baking soda. This will neutralize the chemicals in the Black Max. So now it's all black. Put it in my neutralizing bath. And now it's ready for the final polish. Bracelet details are blackened. Now it is the final step of these cuffs. I have a brand new cotton puff on my flex shaft, and I like to use Zam for polishing. With my mask on! And here are both sizes of the finished cuffs. We have a 5.5 inch, that's what I wear on my wrist, and then a 6.5 inch for larger wrists. If I was a full-time metalsmith, I would have large buffing wheels so that I could knock one of these out in less than a minute, but I don't. I don't have one of those. And I wanted to show this entire process of making these cuffs just to illustrate that this stuff, this artwork, this hobby of mine is not fast. That's why I don't produce jewelry very often, is because it takes me a long time and we have a lot going on. I'm gonna finish up these cuffs now, then I'm gonna take a shower and I'll come back and show you all the finished jewelry that I have. It's gonna be coming up in a sale very soon. Ah! It's about to rain, so I have to film this quick. Has anyone else been getting crazy amounts of rain? This is unreal. I love it, but it's pretty unreal. I want to give you a little tour of the jewelry that I'm going to be selling in my upcoming sale. I'm going to be listing this jewelry August 25th at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. for patrons and YouTube members. This is the thing that we do for patrons and YouTube members to show our appreciation for their financial support of all of the free work that we have provided over the many years that we've been doing YouTube. I'll make a YouTube community post so that you have the details in writing for this sale coming up on Sunday. It's starting to rain, so I'm gonna show you the jewelry. These are the larger statement rings. This is white buffalo. It is a white turquoise that was mined in Nevada. I love white buffalo. I have one rattlesnake pendant. If this happens to not sell, I will be so excited to keep it for myself. It's gonna have a leather cord, really cool. All of these will be leather bracelets. I had these in a sale 6 months ago, and they did really well. They'll have leather straps with a silver fastener. And then I will have 10 of my smaller cuffs and 5 of the large cuffs. Again, these are my favorite pieces of jewelry ever. I never ever take them off. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna list this pair of earrings too. Cool beaded leather, neat little earrings. Thank you so much for watching today's video. We will see you in the next one. Bye!